Hey guys, Mzbrooklyn here. Welcome back to my channel, Mzbrooklyn's BeYouty-Corner. In this video, I'm doing a detailed tutorial on how to pluck a frontal for a very low hairline, such as mine. I have a low hairline and not all frontals are made equal, and you definitely can't do what people with a lot of forehead space can do. So I'm going to teach you how to go from this to this in this tutorial. Enough with the talking, let's just jump right into it. Starting this tutorial off, I'm going to be using hair from Allove Hair. They sent me 4 bundles and a frontal, and this is Indian loose curl hair, I believe. I'm not sure, but of course I'm going to have all the details down below in the description box for you guys, the links and the exact hair type I have. I wanted to show you the frontal. Step 1, make sure you get a good frontal. This frontal from Allove Hair, by far, like, I'm updating any video I've ever done and said I love the frontals. This has been the best frontal I've ever gotten by far. I want to show you the bundles in the ends of the bundles. This hair looks absolutely flawless. I mean, flawless. I was floored when I took this hair out of the packaging because, let's face it, sometimes hair companies is a hit and a go, especially if it's affordable hair off of AliExpress. But Allove hair, like, let me tell you, from the moment I started playing with this hair, I knew. Look at this. It looks and feels like raw hair. Now, you guys know I know good hair when I get good hair. Baby, this is good hair. I'm going to co-wash the hair with some restorative cleansing conditioner, just to see if the hair doesn't have any chemicals or dye on it. I do this all the time just to make sure I'm getting like good quality hair, because then I know how I need to manipulate hair if it's not like really good quality. But this hair is very good quality, so I'm just going in with that and cleansing it really quickly, because you never want to put the hair in your hair dirty. You need to always co-wash your hair. And when I say co-wash, I do mean put a cleansing conditioner and then deep condition. So that's what I'm doing here. Look at that curl pattern. Isn't it gorgeous? Like, it's so beautiful. And that's all the hair I got from doing the bundles. And I'm going in with the silicone mix next, because I'm going to deep condition the hair. And this is just going to help the hair smell good, be soft. I'm putting a little bit of argan oil into the mix to get the moisture into the hair, because curly hair tends to be a little dry at times. So you see the steam coming from my water. I'm using extremely hot water. This is a major tip. I'm going to go ahead and put the bundles in this bucket and just let it soak. Next, I'm prepping the frontal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the frontal hair itself with Got to Be Sprayed. This is going to prevent the bleach from bleeding through and actually bleaching the hair when I bleach the knots. So go ahead and do 2 to 3 layers. You want to do 1 layer, let it dry, another layer, let it dry, then a 3rd layer, let it dry. You can blow dry or air dry it. Now, to bleach my frontal, I like to use the Wella Charm powder bleach. To me, it's the best. So I'm going to take 1 scoop of the bleach from the Wella Charm, and then I'm going to take the Clairol Pure White 30 volume developer. You can use any volume developer you want. Now, the key to this part is you want your bleach to be the consistency of toothpaste. You don't want it too thick, but then again, you do not want it thin and runny at all, because if it's thin and runny, it's going to bleed through and dye your hair blonde. But if it's the right consistency, and you're able to just spread it on like as if it's a toothpaste or even a whipped cream, like, you know, you're good to go. And all you want to do is cover the entire frontal with this. We've seen this done many times, but I just want to reiterate, in order to get a nice base, a nice flawless frontal, this step is actually necessary. I did the entire frontal, and then I put it on the foil, and just like this, it's just going to sit like this. Do not apply pressure. Make sure that you lift the hair a little bit, that the hair is not weighing down the frontal, and you're just going to let it go ahead and process for approximately 25 minutes to 30 minutes. You want to make sure your knots are actually bleaching, and they should look something like this. Now, if you look closely, it started to seep through a little bit in the front. That's fine. We have low hairlines. We're going to fix that. Now I'm going to take my Shimmer and Lights purple shampoo, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on the frontal, because you want to eliminate the brassiness, that orangey brassiness that you see there. You want to eliminate that. So go in with your purple conditioner or shampoo and let it sit on your frontal for approximately 5 to 10 minutes, and it's going to neutralize it. That's all you needed to do. Now be careful, because the Shimmer and Lights does kind of tint the lace So be careful. I would say dilute it a little bit, but you know, I'm gonna go in anyway and refine my lace anyway. But yeah, after that, condition your frontal with the silicone mix, just like the rest. And yeah, your frontal should look like this when you're done. And look how good this looks already. Like, you don't see those little black dots. That's the look we're going for. You don't want to see it. It does not need to look like a screen door. In the very back, it could have took a little bit more, but you know, I'm perfectly fine with the appearance of it. It's looking really, really good, and this is what we want. Now, I'm going to show you guys a trick. For those of you that have regular hairlines, do not follow this video. It's not for you. You're going to take tweezers, really good tweezers. Get it from your beauty supply store. Just make sure they're wide enough and have a nice slant, and they're strong and sharp enough to do what you want it to do. So these get the job done quickly. For those of us with low hairlines, even though this frontal is pre-plucked to the guards, you still have to go in and pluck. Now, I'm going to start plucking right on the hairline at first to remove whatever of the hair that kind of took the bleach a little bit. And that's just the very first row, very front. That's just me. I'm taking those hairs out. Now the next thing you want to do is start parting where your baby hair is going to be and where the actual hairline is going to be. So I'm parting this, and then I'm going to start thinning out the hairline. Pay real close attention to what I'm doing. I'm pulling backwards, not forwards. I'm pulling at the root, making sure I'm plucking at the actual root. Now, it looks like I didn't pluck a lot, but look at how much hair came out. When you have a very good tweezer and it's wide, you're going to do some damage in a very short period of time. Like, it took me no time. All right. Now, what you see me doing here is now I'm really refining. I'm taking the thinnest parts of the baby hairs, because this is what's going to be considered baby hairs, even though I did no baby hairs in this. But I just want to separate so I can differentiate the hairline part. You're going to see me pull hair and thin the hairline, but I'm skipping spaces. Basically, keep your tweezer moving. Do not stay in the same position. Do not stay in the same spot. What you're looking for is it to start to look gradient like this. You want the hairline to look gradient. It's going to look very thin in the front, thin in the middle, and start to thicken as it goes to the back. That's what you want. I promise you that is going to give you the most realistic hairline ever, especially for those of us with shorter, lower hairlines, smaller foreheads. A lot of times professionals don't like to touch people with lower hairlines because it's tricky to do our hairlines. And you guys know I've been struggling with frontals for a long time. But look at the difference between the side that I plucked and the side that I did not pluck. There is a major, major difference between the two sides. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to still refine. Now, at this point, you're seeing I'm going behind the hairline. It's very important that you pluck behind the hairline. You don't want to do too much in front of the hairline, because the most of the plucking is going to be behind the hairline. Again, it's going to give the illusion of a natural hairline on your head. Now look at how much hair comes out that I've taken out so far. And trust me, this is a pretty damn good pre-plucked frontal. Okay, now again, you guys see me moving in sections, so I'm moving into the next section. Now I know my hairline shape, so I know where I need a little bit thicker baby hairs than the rest. As I start to get to the front, I have more forehead space because the front of my hairline is almost natural. You know, it's not so far down my forehead, so I know that in this area I can start plucking backwards a little earlier. So as you guys see, I'm thinning out, and I'm taking my time, and I'm moving the tweezer. Okay, I'm going to begin thinning out the front of the hairline. And this is the section where I'll be putting a middle part if I wanted to, or if I wanted to do it in a ponytail. This is the front section of this. I'm going to start just by thinning out the hairline. So you see, I took a nice big thick part out only at first, only because I want to start thinning out this part of the hair so I can start to see the shape of that the hairline is going to get me. Again, you see that I'm moving my tweezer. I'm not staying in the same section. I'm going to pluck in one section, skip, pluck another. Pluck, skip, pluck another. As you can see, skip, pluck, skip, pluck, skip, pluck. That's literally the routine. Skip, pluck, skip, pluck, skip, pluck. That's literally what you want to do. So just to show you guys, I didn't speed the video up because I want you guys to understand what I'm doing here. And I'm gonna it's a lot of hair coming out. You guys have no idea. I thin this out very much. So once I pass the comb, the wide tooth comb, you're going to see a lot of hair did come out, and I'm just getting started. As you can see, it's already starting to look better. So now I have the foundation laid. Now I know what I need to do. This next part is crucial if you have a low hairline. You're going to start plucking the hairline, thinning that part out really, really good, to how you want it to look, to where you want the skips to be, to where you want the pluck part to be, if that make any sense. Like I said, pluck, skip, pluck, skip, pluck, skip, like I'm doing here. Pluck, skip, pluck, skip, pluck, skip, pluck, skip. You want to start getting the shape and how it's going to look, right? As you guys can see that I'm doing here, just plucking and thinning. After you comb out the excess hair that you plucked, and you guys see how thin it's starting to look real good, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to part the front layer that would supposedly be the baby hairs and rip it out. The reason why is your hairline is lower than more normal people, so you do not need that row. In fact, you're going to cut off the lace on that anyway. Rip it out, but don't do it rough. Take your time and be gentle and part, and just pull that whole section back, because you want to, what we're doing is pushing the hairline back and exposing more lace. When you have a thin hairline, you have to do that step. It's only in the front of the hairline that you have to do that. You have to take off the very front row and push the hairline back and expose more lace. So, but take your time. Do not be rough, because you could rip a hole in your lace. And what I will say about this Allove hair company Frontal, their lace, it is so easy to pull the hair out. This took me like 20 minutes to do, where normally plucking frontals can take anywhere from 35 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour if you want precision. This took no time, because it's a Swiss lace and it comes out, the hair comes out the knots easily. So now that I did that and pushed the hairline back, I'm going to proceed to pluck the frontal, proceed to thin the hairline out, just like I did on the other side of the hair, and just give me a flawless thin illusion. Now, it's better to underpluck than overpluck. Do not go happy with your tweezers and pluck crazy, because once you put it on your head, you might have a couple of bald spots. For me, this looked really good, and I was like, you know, if I needed to do any more adjustments, which I did, I do it while it's on my head, not while it's off. So now that you see what the hairline is starting to look like, I'm going to do the other side of the hairline following the same formula, the same platform that I showed you guys, and I'm just going to do that side, and I'll be back. All right, so I completely finished the frontal, and this is what it's looking like. I'm so excited. It looks so good. Oh my goodness. And this is just the start of it. I do go in and pluck even more when it's on my head. There's two other things that I want to show you. What I'm about to show you here is I'm using my Spanx Dome Cap. You see where I have like the green shadow? I know that that's exactly where I'm going to put the hairline of the frontal to sit. When you have a low hairline, do not pull your frontal over the Spanx Dome Cap like people normally tell you to do in every frontal wig tutorial. People with low hairline, you do not need to do that. Make sure you sit the frontal directly at the tip of the Spanx where it's at. Put your T-pins in to hold your frontal down, and to secure it down so that you can begin sewing. Again, my frontal is not hanging over the Spanx Dome Cap. It literally starts and ends. It literally begins right where the Spanx Dome Cap begins. It's imperative that you do this. I have tons of sewing tutorials and wig making tutorials on my channel. If you want a detailed wig making tutorial, I'm going to link one down below in the description box, as well as in an iCard on the right hand side of the screen. You're going to see detailed sewing tutorials. Last thing I'm going to say, which I always say, you see how flat, and I mean flat, my frontal is on my Spanx Dome Cap, and I didn't even sew it down yet. Always make sure it is flat. Like, I mean, that's going to give you the most beautiful frontal lay ever. It's going to make your frontal sit really nice on your head. All right, guys, that is it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed the information that I gave you. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look. Honey, look at the sew, okay? It's good. I really hope you guys enjoyed the information that I gave you in this video. Please thumbs me up if you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comment section. Don't forget, all the details for Allove Hair is down below in the description box. Please stay tuned for my very next video. The very next video is the install video, and it's a talk to. I'm going to show you how I got my frontal to look like scalp. Okay, I have gotten so much better. So make sure you back here on the next video. All right, turn your notifications on. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.